Can you share from your own experience, both as a player and then as a coach, as somebody who's run a foundation, how corporate India has been part of the revolution that we are seeing in sport in India today?
I think first of all, for me, my entire journey, if I look at, and has been, I wanted to be, and as part of growing up, every Telugu person wanted to be either a doctor or an engineer. And I was also in the path to becoming one. Luckily, I failed the exam of engineering and I got a year to play sport. And in that first year of doing my BA, I actually got a job in Tata Steel. And honestly, that is the reason why I continued to play. So for me, I think the role of jobs in corporate India or jobs in India in the public sector are very important elements, because these are securities which are very important. Today, the number of people playing sport has grown, but the number of jobs being given are not enough. I think that's a very important security element, because not all of them are going to make it. This is a conclusion which is important. When I was thought of starting the academy, I actually made tons of presentations with no support and help from corporate India. There was nobody who actually gave me any money. 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, that is how. But I started to build it, and I realized that nobody is going to. Finally, one day I was so tired of the entire effort that I mortgaged my house, got a 3 crore loan. Whatever money I won at the All England, I put it in a bank. So that doubled up and came up in 2006-07. And my brother, who was working in the US, loaned me about 1 crore of rupees. So I put all the money and invested into the academy to actually make it happen. Post 2016, things in India have really changed. Somebody like an IDBI Federal, 2 of them came up to the academy and said, Gopi, we want to sponsor the academy. And they said, I said, the players, no, we want to invest in the coach you are. And they came to me and supported me. Post that, I was there with Uday Kotak, and they've invested. Tatas have invested so much in badminton, and the Dalmias have invested in badminton. And today, various people have invested in various other organizations. So I think it's like superb, the kind of interest and support which corporate India, whether it's the Jindals, whether it's the Reliance, whether it's the Tatas, I think they've really done superbly well in putting that money. Now, I'm just having a little longer answer onto this. I think what I'm concerned about is the interest is immense, but the structure of support we are not sure of. Because government is doing the same thing, the private sector is doing the same thing, the NGOs are doing the same thing, the states are doing, the federations are doing. Everybody is just doing the same 1% population or 1% of the champion material they want to. So today, when I'm looking at support, I had some para-athletes. 2 months, I trained them for 3 years without any support. 2 months before that, I asked all of the organizations for support, nobody supported. When they won the nationals, they call up and said, sir, I've got 3 contracts in front of me, what should I sign? And that is the reality. And the people are investing there or one step. And I think that structure of support needs to be clearly defined. And I think that's a lot of work which is needed in that front. Sorry for the long answer.
Oh, we love it.
Kaustubh, your thoughts on what sort of investment framework or CSR framework do you all use when you look at sports?
See, at Coca-Cola, we have been partnering with sports for many, many years. We were one of the first sponsors or partners at Olympics. I mean, it's since 1928. And not just that, at multiple athletics level as well, with multiple athletes and multiple scenarios. And to come back to Gopi point that everybody is doing the same thing, we have tried to actually change that narrative. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but with the Tokyo Olympics, with one of our leading brand, Thumbs Up, we did that entire campaign around Paladde, which was not about telling a story to win a medal, but to celebrate athletes, to celebrate the sport, to celebrate the resilience and the heroism that they bring to the limelight. And I think as a corporate, the way that we can tell the story is equally important, because we give a very different dynamic to that entire conversation. And in the morning, everybody was also mentioning about the social media and the power of it and how it completely helps to reach out to it. I mean, of course, there's a downside to it as well, when people will come back if you don't perform. But if you look at, it's a very powerful weapon and a tool at the same point of time, where you can tell the story, where you can channelize the conversation that is happening around it, and you can bring everything back to me. So for me, the process in a way is not just about contributing that 1%, but contributing largely maybe 1% of your entire storytelling, because then you have the power to reach out to the right kind of a people in a much more positive and impactful manner, which will not just help the sports, but the entire community to grow and to spread out to the right.
Got it. Thank you.
What is the philosophy that drives Tatas even today and to support Indian sport?
So, thanks, Rajaraman. See, as Chanakya mentioned in the morning, that sports has been the ethos and part of the culture fabric that, and starts from Dorab Tata's time when he sponsored the Antwerp Olympics. So that is ingrained in our psyche. Now, so what has changed? See, the whole philosophy, what earlier was happening was that we were bringing those super soccers and all in the country. Now the change has been that we want to get into those feeder towns, have those infrastructure set up where we develop people. Tata Steel Foundation or Tata Steel, Tata Sports, Tata Football Academy, two Naval Tata Hockey Academies. Now those children, they have not hit the limelight right now. We are grooming them to serve the nation. 2025 of the players from the Football Academy have captained the football team in 220 odd have been part of the national team. So the whole philosophy, the direction we have taken is that we groom them, we set up infrastructures, we set up facilities, we give them world-class support, bring them to the limelight, and then we take a step back. Unlike so many other, because many other corporates' way of life is that somebody is doing good, let's put our name across that. We have been underplaying it. Our philosophy has been that let's create the system for an anonymous guy from the village to go and make a name for himself.
Not many people are aware of the institute that you run and about the kind of graduates that come out of there and are now part of the Indian sporting ecosystem. Can you just throw some light on that, please?
With ISST, with our institute, we started developing educational programs in sports to support athletes or people or enthusiasts who want to contribute to the Indian sport. With the support staff programs like sports nutrition programs, strength and conditioning programs, sports physiotherapists, right? Talking about, my sport, I have been into roller skating. I've played for India in the World Championships, and that is where I identified there is a big gap between, how the federation looks at the sport and, how it should be developed. And that's why I thought, let's, do something in this field. And we started this organization. So I think, all of these people mentioned that a structure has to be created. And all athletes, I believe, at some point of time need to be educated about, how to manage themselves, because at some point of time they are going to face the media, they are going to sign contracts. So they need to be aware of how to deal with, their stuff. So I think education is very important.